Yeah.
Can you rewind a little bit and tell me your experience when you first went into Radiotron? How did you hear of it?
Oh, I was scared. Tyrone said, yo, we're going to this club and it's all breakdancers. We may have to battle folks, so get ready. So I practiced in front of the mirror for like 2 weeks before I went to the Radiotron, and I make sure that my gear was right, everything was right. I mean, you know, Puerto Rocks, we're Latinos, we
Right.
take this shit seriously. I believe that hip hop is a religion, and you and me belong to like a royal priesthood. So we took it real seriously, and I had the rope, I had the glasses, everything. So when we got up there were some fools that we had to battle. These guys were from Canoga Park, but they came all the way from the valley to battle us at the Radiotron. So when we got there, the first dude when we first battled them, we got there, and I said, "Man, this is fucking dope because of the graffiti and the tags and everything." And you know, and then I was like, "Fuck that! Let me get my tag up." So I did my little shit, I did my thing, and I put my shit away, and you know, nobody saw nothing. And the glove was there. The glove,
Chris the Glove.
yeah, and I couldn't believe it, you know, because I seen him in movies.
Of course.
So that was like the first movie star I saw, and I said, "I'm chilling. I'm not going anywhere, dog. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and that's that." And then the dudes came in and we saw the battle, but we won. And the first dude we put out for popping was this Korean dude. He acts black. His name is David, and he's dope. Oh, he's sick. He has this one popping move where he looks like he's turning a knob, but his foot goes down, and he goes down like this, like a lowrider.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's sick. You know what I'm saying? And then he's got the tut. He does all the everything tut.
Yeah.
The whole shit. And he does that. He does the Bugs Bunny, you know, the bouncing.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny, you know, when you see the cartoons
Course.
like that, he did that. I wasn't even out yet. I hadn't even come out yet, and I got my moves ready. And then Tyrone comes out, but he does some bullshit moves just to make it look like we're weak. And they come out, and they got this one white dude. He's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? He's whatever his name is, Cassidy, whatever. And you know, he's doing his thing, you know, but I come out, and I have it, this energy is just, I explode, and I just do my popping thing, and everybody's like, oh, and I feed off that. It's okay. I'm not the best, man. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I could pop. It sounds weird, man. I'm an old ass brother now saying this shit, you know. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
My maturity is like telling me, stop, Doobie, stop talking, stop talking right now. You're talking about popping, which happened 40 years ago. Just stop, please,
Right,
please.
right.
So I'm just like, yo, man, we won, man. And that whole night, man, I learned a lot, man. I studied breakdancers. I studied a lot of rappers that went up on the mic too. But as far as that, it was a lot of K-Day guys that I met from K-Day there. And that's how I got into the K-Day, through the Radiotron. And then I said, I want to go see K-Day. I want to go up to K-Day and sign the door and do all that bullshit.
Okay, now tell me about that experience.
That was a dope experience because like at that time, Dr. Dre, when he did the first mix on K-Day, and then after that, it was Joe Cooley,
Yeah.
and then M-Walk.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they were playing songs and doing records that you couldn't buy in the record store.
Yes.
You can only hear them on K-Day. And it was a late night coming from the club, either World on Wheels or Skateland with Julio G. And when I heard Julio G, man, I was like, man, Julio is amazing. I thought he was from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember? Because, you know, Julio looks like he's Puerto Rican almost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I was running, you know, with the blacks at that time, and we were doing so much breakdance, and you know, so they invited us to K-Day, and we came up in there. But I was such a square, and I was just like, you know, I had my Benetton shirt. Remember Benetton? Who remembers Benetton? I bought my shirt at the Beverly Center. Remember when the Benetton store was on the first floor? And at that time we had Osco's. Remember the club? Osco's, where they filmed Thank God It's Friday. So, you know, and I went there. It was a Rolling 60s Crip party.
Oh,
and that was my first time I ever been to a Crip party. And man, it was crazy. They were shooting, you know, and a dude had the, they were all there, you know, with their football jerseys, and they had a 38 right there. And I was like, man, this shit is amazing. I was like, yes. And Davey D from Def Jam performed. Davey D, you're all the best. Rock this beat, cause
so fresh. Of course.
And I was a big Tone Loc fan. You know, Wild Thing, the 808. You know, at that time nobody was doing the 808 except who? Mantronics.
Right.
You remember? You know, in those days.
Of course.
I mean, I miss all that shit. And I remember when Mantronics did the Joy Sims, dum 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 da da dum dum da da dum dum. I miss all that stuff, and I saw how it changed hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw how it went from Run DMC to LL Cool J to the Beastie Boys to Houdini. 5 Minutes of Funk, Freaks Come Out at Night, to UTFO, to Beep Jump Peter. Remember Roxanne and the real Roxanne and Full Force?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Full Force
and Howie T. You know what I'm saying?
Howie's teed off.
Thank you. And the go-go beats. Remember the go-go beats? Yeah. Come on, son. You taking New York. You taking Miami. Remember the 2 Live Crew?
Of course.
Remember get it, girl.
Throw that D.
Throw that D. Remember Throw That D?
Of course.
All that. Come on, man. Don't Antoinette. Remember?
Of course.
And I was raised with that. Remember Tricky T?
Tricky T.
Remember that? What else? How about Lati? This cut's got flavor. Remember from the Flavor Unit?
Right.
I mean, I miss all that. Gangstar, I Manifest, all that stuff. I'm talking the Source when it was just a letter. It wasn't even a magazine yet. You know what I'm saying?
Growing up, you mentioned obviously a lot of artists. One thing that a lot of West Coast fans out here don't understand when they ask me, who were some of your favorite artists growing up? Of course, I would say Curtis Blow.
Hell yeah.
Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Mando, yeah.
Of course, I said Run DMC.
Yeah.
Of course, the Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Of course, LL.
Yeah.
And then they usually stop me and tell me, but those are all East Coast. And I have to remind them of my age, number one. Then I have to remind them that that's all we had.
No, but we had West Coast too. We had the LA Dream Team. No. We had Rudy Pardee, Snake Puppy. Don't forget that. World on Wheels, man. Don't forget that. I remember the KRS's first show at World on Wheels. He had Crips jumping up and down, going South Bronx, South Bronx. That was come on. But of course, we got to give it to King T, because King T was the first, man. I mean, forget it. When bass came out on K-Day,
right.
Come on, are you kidding me, man? You heard that song like 20 times in 1 hour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But my point
Or Everlasting Bass.
Right.
Or what else was on K-Day? And the beat goes on, and the beat, go. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? 24/7 on K-Day was just, you know, and be like, again, you turn it back off, you turn K-Day back on, all right, you know what I'm saying? And then,
Rapping Duke.
I'm the Rapping Duke. You can't rap like that. We had the most creative artists in the 80s, bro.
Right. But the majority, my point was coming from the East Coast of hip hop.
It was.
That's
true.
That was my point.
I got to keep it a buck. Yeah, you got to keep it a buck like that. Yeah.
But I have to give it up to, once again, like some of my favorites, Mixmaster Spade.
Oh, yes. Toddy T, Mixmaster Spade.
Toddy T.
Now I'm ready. They was the first Nate Dogs. Those was the first singing. When we heard that and they was talking Cocoa Puffs and all, we didn't know what the fuck that was, because we didn't know what drugs was at that time.
And by the way, And the Beat Goes On by Orbit was one of my favorite shit.
Forget it. Come on. Clear by R9,
right.
And Cybertron. Yes. Remember Cybertron?
Of course.
And of course Jam On It, Nucleus. I mean, dude, that's all. And Release Yourself. Yourself. I mean, dude,
Captain Rock. Captain Rock.
How about we're only bugging. Bug.
Whistle.
And that's all because, man, that's LA. That was LA. You see what I'm saying? And then you have folks from Oxnard, you have folks from Riverside, you have fools from Diego. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit, helped. So
right.
Because the fools would come. But come on, let's be honest. They would come from up north, whether it be Fresno, Bakersfield, and they heard some of us, they take it back, and some of them went back, some of them stayed, you know what I'm saying? Some of them got tattoos, some of them, said, hey man, I'm gonna try to break into the TV business or something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not us, we were musicians, we just looked at it like, y'all do your thing, man, it's all good, we're going back to the studio.